What's up? It's your boy D.Scott. I'm here on Cloutfinder. I'm out here in nature, and today we have a very special guest. One of my favorite topics is spirituality, and we have the amazing, the spiritualist, Miss Legacyyy.
Hello, folks. How you doing?
Now, first, before we start off, I want to say I thank you for your time. This is we're not faking it. This is our second time. The first time we recorded an interview, the sound was messed up. My apologies. So she's gracious enough to come back so we can post our conversation.
So that's just a disclaimer, if I'm like screaming or screeching, I just want to make sure that the message gets across.
She's projecting this time we want to make sure the mic is clear. So if she screams, it's nothing against me or y'all. It's just, we want to make sure y'all get the message delivered. Because last time it was a lot of gems, Before we start off, let us know, what do you do? Who is Legacyyy? Why is this special to me?
Spirituality is my absolute favorite topic. I love books on it. I love people who love it. I love the actual journey of it. So I am a spiritual coach and yoga teacher, and I help people find clarity.
I'm sorry, this is so ghetto. I think that's a sign from the universe. Planes running by, they're saying, "Hey, be louder." Then, forget the plane.
Okay.
Let's.
Yeah. So, as the planes rudely interrupted, I was a spiritual coach, yoga teacher. I love spirituality. I love helping people find clarity and confidence in their journey, and I love the broad aspect of spirituality, not in the sense that we kind of put it in a box, kind of, sort of, because we talk about it a lot, but the vast, the different pillars of it, because it's not just one thing. So I love exploring it.
Okay, so do you meditate?
Of course.
Are you a meditation coach? Like, if I was to come to you and say, hey, because a lot of people in today's time are getting really deep into meditation, and the one thing they want to know is, how do I start? So if I was to come to you, meditation 101, beginner level, how does one start the meditation process?
To start the meditation process, I think a good idea is to prompt your mind to set the tone for that meditation. It's just you being in yourself. It's not, it can be all these other different pillars, because there's so many different, like, there's silent meditation, there's so many different types of meditation. And so if you're new to it, a lot of people are like a little bit intimidated because they think it's something super complex when it doesn't have to be. So my advice for people starting meditation is to just start with 5 minutes. Just shut off your electronics. Um, just sit in a place of acceptance, just noticing the thoughts that go by. Don't attach to them. Just try to be in the seat of the observer and not allow your thoughts to kind of, if you imagine yourself floating to the top of the city, and imagine the city is like your life. You're still
talk your stuff, Lo. It's so poetic. So poetic.
See yourself, but you're not necessarily pulled down there. So you see it from a higher perspective. Like, you notice this car is driving this fast and it's going in this direction, but you're not in there. So you're just observing. So just sit on the top of your building, your city, and just observe with no judgment. It just is what it is.
So when I come out here in this back space, the birds usually respect my conversations. They'll go crazy for about a few seconds and stop, but they was chirping like a ma the entire time you were speaking. And I was like, whoa, speaking of silent meditation, woo, what y'all want? It's very interesting you say that, though, because it never really crossed my mind that there are different types of meditation. You said there's silent meditations. What other form of meditation should one look into? Sound, silent.
It's silent meditation.
Is there a bird meditation? Because
honestly, the way that the world's going, the way that we're getting back in tune with nature, I wouldn't be surprised if there's maybe it's some type of retreat where you're in the woods, and I don't know, maybe it's something like that. But silent meditation specifically, I haven't done it yet, but I've heard about it and I want to try it. But you basically take a pledge to not speak for a certain amount of time. And the people who go through the process, they always say, like, oh, after it was over, I think more about my thoughts before I speak. I understand the
Hmm.
power of words now.
Maybe
Like
I need that.
you,
I just be flabber blah 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 blah.
you just explore. You observe more. Like you observe more because you're not so quick to talk. You just you listen more. You look more. You enhance your other senses. So yeah, that's it's cool. If I actually do it, I'll let you know. Cause
Definitely. I might hop in too. So, what are some of the benefits of meditation? Like, why is it becoming such a popular thing in your opinion? Like, what are the bigger benefits of someone to meditate? Why should one meditate in your
I think specifically, and I can speak from I was supposed to say existence, experience. I can speak from experience. I think because of everything that's going on, our minds are in anxious states. Like we've gone so far away from who we are as
mm,
spiritual beings living a human experience, and we get so caught up in our egos. And when I say our egos, I mean like the different labels that we wear, like the different roles that we have to play. We get so drawn into that we forget that there's a quiet place for us to just be with ourselves. So that solitude of just being with God. So in my opinion, meditation is healthy for your mental, it's healthy for your body because when you the body we can multitask, but when the body is just calm,
mm.
it allows the body to repair like it already knows how. Like our body is self-healing.
Intelligent?
It's very intelligent, but we wouldn't
Mm.
really like we're so focused on external things, we don't really pay attention to that. So meditation is just good for your mind, body, soul. Like it's just zen. It's
What are
just
some things that you have noticed within yourself? First of all, when did you start meditating? Let's start from the beginning before I ask that question.
Mhm.
When did Low Legacy start her meditation process, and what brought you to that?
um when did I start meditation? The first time I probably meditated was maybe like 5 years ago,
Mm.
but
Veteran.
it wasn't a oh I'm about to be a super meditator. It was a I'm gonna
A
meditate now.
super meditator.
Cause you know some people like they're super fit. I ever have respect for them, and I'm gonna get on that level one day. But
Yeah.
they like carve out like an hour for like a day for a straight meditation.
Yo, the birds have never went on this long. I don't. It's maybe something about you. Maybe it's true. Where there's a body of more than one, it goes crazy. They go anyway. Proceed. Started
Um.
back 5 years ago. You wasn't about to be a
Oh
super meditator.
yes, I wasn't a super meditator. I was a let me try meditation, and then not pick it up again for like another month or so, and then it gradually got into my space. So when I'm on point with my morning routine, then meditation is an everyday thing.
Mm.
But you know, we get knocked off sometimes. Like we
For
don't
sure. So, do
always.
you use any tools? Do you like use crystals, a mat, a hair wrap, music, water, crystal balls? Like,
Um,
you do you use any tools when you meditate, or just it's just you in solitude?
for it depends. If it's like a midday meditation because my emotions are running rapid, I just sit cross because I work from home. So I just sit crisscross on the floor or wherever I am. I just close my eyes and just like take a moment to bring myself back together. But if it's intentional, like if it's a part of my morning routine, then I'll sit crisscross. Maybe I'll light some candles, like creating like an atmosphere and stuff like that. But as far
Any
as
specific candles, or it just
um,
don't matter? It's a candle.
as long as it smells good, honestly,
Okay.
I don't really have I don't even have a favorite candle scent
Okay.
because I like a lot of them. It has to be really like for me to not like it.
Okay. It has to
Some
smell like
candles.
that trash can or something with a bunch of
Or
guap.
I'm trying to think of like a harsh like type scent. Like
They gotta smell like McDonald's fries after 5 days or something.
no, yeah. Mm-mm.
But you not to do it. Okay, well that's cool. What is when you meditate, what does it do for you specifically? Like, do you feel what is your physical difference that it brings you? Like, why do you keep going back to it? Is what I'm asking. Like, what do
Mm.
you does it do something to your energy or what? You specifically.
It helps me to reset, and sometimes when I meditate, depending on how deep Music too, I should have mentioned that too. Music is like a big amplifier for the experience when you meditate.
Mm.
Like listening to certain frequencies, like there's certain hertz that tap
What hertz
into.
do we know about, ma'am? I need to
I want
know.
to say 720. Don't quote me. I want to say 728. It's 728 for something. Those are like the two that I go back and forth with.
Okay. So you just feel it. It's not about, reading at that surface value. When your spirit feels it, you go with it.
Kind of, sorta. It's more so like I have a playlist and hmm, let's pick that one. I guess we should just say yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, it's that type. But during meditation, like your mind can you go inward and you don't really know what inward means until you actually go inward. It's like a
Mm.
experience in your whole body. You're like somewhere else until you open up your eyes and you're
Mm.
back here.
So
But
it's
it's
more
like
of a I can show you better than I can tell you type of experience.
yeah,
It's something
yeah,
that's hard to explain, but you have to experience to know what how off Webster may be. Webster
yep.
may say going in means something else, but when you actually feel it, your
Mhm.
awareness is really there, and it's like, oh,
No, for real. Like, if you go to certain places, you might just out of like after your meditation, you might just hit the like.
I'm trying to get there. I'm trying to get like you and them. Sure. Another thing you do is you do yoga as well, correct?
Hmm.
Now, what is the difference between the effects of meditation and yoga? Like, how can one decide if they were getting into this, to be more zen,
Hmm.
which one should they do first between meditating and yoga?
I would say the biggest difference is for me personally, yoga is like it's like a pre it's I don't want to okay, I can't think of a better word, but yoga can be seen as a prerequisite for meditation.
Mm.
Cuz if you have like an anxious mind and you're kind of like all over the place, you're not really familiar with sitting still. Yoga is a
No, I'm just
move.
playing.
Yoga is a moving meditation. So your mind, you're still getting the benefits of meditation, but you're still moving your body, so you don't feel like you have to go from 100 to zero, sitting there just being straight quiet.
Mm.
So, and yoga incorporates deep breaths, and so you relax the body, and then we have like a last pose at the end of class where you do just lay flat and you just
Like a
meditate. But
snowman, like you make a snowman.
yeah, shavasana, you just
Shavasana? What is
yeah,
shavasana?
shavasana is also known as dead corpse pose. So you literally lay there
Mm.
like like a dead corpse. You just lay there and
What does
you
that do?
so after you go through a yoga flow, you've done all this, like you've moved the body, you've moved energy around in your body, you're breathing in and out, you activate your parasympathetic nervous system, so your body is like literally relaxing. So now
Parasympathetic.
hmm
Dang, that's a big word.
so now you when you lay flat, you just you you're relaxed now. So the difference between so if you would have did
Oh,
dead corpse pose before you did the yoga flow, your mind may be like racing or whatever. Not to say that it still won't be racing, but it's gonna be a little bit more calm.
I
So
get it. So you go through the whole process, your mind, body, and soul is already relaxed. So then you just be.
exactly.
I
That's
get it.
perfect.
What's some of the poses that you guys go through during the yoga that help someone get relaxed, bring their energy back to surface? Like teach me, because I never did yoga at all.
Uh-huh.
I've always heard people do it.
Hmm.
I do a little bit of meditation, but as far as yoga, I do need to do yoga because I heard great benefits. People always say, "Yo, move your body, move your energy around." I'm like, I go hoop. So, what's some
I
tools
mean,
you can give
still,
us?
that technically can be considered, depending on who you ask, and that's you know,
I'll be out there to
it's your form of yoga.
get my like mic on, boy. Kyrie, what's some tools though?
You stretching and moving.
What's some yoga moves that we can learn just sitting at home right now? You don't have to stand up if you don't need to.
So one that's probably helpful because even though we're young, sometimes we do feel old. So a lot of people do complain about having back problems. So, if you're seated, you can do so some poses have some poses can be expressed bigger, but then you can do like a seated version of it. So this is a seated version of cat cow. So if you're sitting
Okay,
down,
cat cow.
cat cow
Two different
pose.
animals. How to cat cow?
Cat and cat. That it's random, but cat cow.
Oh, I thought I heard it wrong. So that's the real thing. Cat cow. Bet.
Yeah.
Let's go. Shout out to the animals.
So you take your magic fingers, you place them um, on the top of your thighs, and you're going to inhale through the nose.
Hey, we didn't do this last time. I'm excited.
This is new. This is 2.0.
Hey, this 2.0. Come on. What's up?
So you inhale through the nose. You lift the chest. You want to put a slight arch in the back.
Ooh. Lift the chest.
You lift the chest, and you want to look up toward the ceiling, or just look up. And then as you exhale, you're going to round the back, press into the tops of your thighs, and so you're going to make like a C, as close as you can to make
I like this
with your torso, and you just kind of go in and out. And as you go in and out, you just sync your breath with your movement. So every time you inhale, you lift your chest up, and every time you exhale,
it is lit. Hey, y'all better be doing this. This is lit. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not even capping. I'm a jokester, but I'm not even capping. It feel good, like for real. Like
it stretches. It loosens up the spine. It regulates your breathing. Like it opens up the chest because you lift your chest up and you're just breathing in new and you're letting go old. So that's the goal.
Yeah, I kind of feel like it really does. Like it's some lit stuff. It makes me feel relaxed to look up to the sky and say, "Hey, let's come back. You see me? Like I'm making this seat so you see me."
You should teach your own yoga classes. You should.
You say what?
You should teach your own yoga classes.
You think I'm ready?
I think you're ready.
Hey, D.Scott's yoga class coming up soon.
Tell them you only know like maybe 2 or 3 poses. It's gonna probably
I need 2 more poses there. I need 2. We got the C. We got 2 more for me, for the people.
We can do a spinal twist. You can also do that while you're seated.
I know it again. Let's go. I'm ready. I'm so
we're going to inhale through the nose.
What I'm doing with my hand? What you doing with your hands?
We're gonna lift the arms up. And as you exhale, you're going to twist your torso to the right. So you're gonna go ahead and twist, and you're going to bring your arms down to support your twist.
Ooh.
And you can continue to like inhale, exhale here. You can use your left hand to press away so you can twist even more and just stretch it.
No.
You also teach you would probably be a funny martial art teacher. That's
funny you say that. I actually did do martial arts as a child.
For real?
I went into a green belt. I did Tang Soo Do I kind of like the basic one. And I got to a green belt until I quit because football season was coming up. And that's why I played football. I mean, I can only do one. It was a no-brainer. I'm not staying inside the gym. I had nunchucks and I had commas. I used commas and nunchucks as my tools that we use.
What's commas?
Commas is a stick with a curved sword on the end. So yeah,
I've never seen those. Of course I've seen the nunchucks, but I've never.
I was the dangerous one. I used all the dangerous stuff. So I was a bad kid. But enough about me. We'll have enough time about that. Maybe that's why I need yoga. I was messing with knives and stuff, switching them around, throwing them up, catching them, blah, blah, blah. Whatever. Had a few marks, but look at me now. Skin is going. Hey.
Prosper.
Hey, so we got one more.
Okay, one more yoga pose. Let's see. What else can we do seated?
I like the one we did last time. I kind of want to show them that one.
Oh, yes. I love that one too. So we're going to do eagle arms. It's another pose for if you have tight shoulders.
It's a lot of people with tight shoulders. I'll be seeing them.
If you want relief in the back, it's good for that. So we're going to lift our arms in front of us, make kind of like a weird goalpost.
Yeah.
So we're going to bring our left arm to the middle.
Oh, this new. This ain't the same. This new. This something. This advanced
Then
version.
we're going to put the right arm on top.
Now I know why I feel like it's new. My arms don't do that right now. Yep. Yep. I know why I feel like it's new. Yep, it's making sense now.
So okay. So if you can, wrap them around.
Yep. Not today.
You got it though. You wrap it around, and if you want an additional stretch, you put your fingers on your forehead. You put your fingers on your forehead, and as you inhale, you lift the body up. Exhale, bring it back down.
It's like you playing a trumpet.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ooh, so I'm right. Yeah.
Yeah, with your third eye, yeah.
Ooh, trumpet that third eye.
And just
exhale when you come down.
Mm-hmm.
What is that for the back? What does that feel?
Where do you feel it right now?
I'm not even gonna lie. I don't feel it because I'm not stretched. I'm not. I feel like when I take the jacket off and stretch, I'll be able to do the right arm movements. But I'm trying to go through the motion. Let me see. Nope, nothing. I'm too tight up here. This jacket is kind of tight.
Yeah, that's all that matters. So you feel it.
I'm gonna feel it somewhere.
You feel it, around your, what are these called? Like shoulder
traps?
Blades?
Oh no, yeah, shoulder blades.
Yeah, so you feel it in your upper back, and you can also feel it in your shoulders, especially if your shoulders need to stretch.
It's funny you said it because that's exactly where this jacket is tight at. That's why I didn't feel it. So I know why I didn't feel it. My jacket's super tight. Right, you see? Yep. It wasn't.
Well, now we know. We can also talk about too, when you go to yoga class, you want to wear
properly.
Fluent,
Yeah, the whole yoga attire.
Yes.
Well, yeah, I appreciate that. So you're a spiritualist. We went through meditation. We went through some yoga. I would like to ask you a question that I ask some people all the time, if you're comfortable with it. And the question is, who or what is God from your perspective? Because there's like 1,000 different religions and everyone's right. I respect everyone's view. So it's really no wrong answer. That's why I said that first. So whatever it is from your perspective, who or what is God from your perspective?
I think that's a really good question, and I don't think about it often, even though I do have an answer. I don't think about it often, but as far as like religions and conversations about religion, I think it would shatter a lot of the boundaries that if people, because
that was honestly, a powerful answer. That was a powerful answer. It was shatter. Ooh, don't do it to. My bad, bro. I just felt it in my soul when it was shatter, because it's gonna shatter somebody. If it's 1,000 of them, 999 of them gonna be shattered. So you're right.
So it's so for me personally, God is that higher power that we always have access to, that we're never disconnected from, even though it's something how do you put God into words?
Exactly. It's a hard thing to do. We all have our understanding individually, but when I thought about that question, every time I ask, it no matter how religious someone was, when I ask them that question, I get the same initial reaction, because it's like, ooh, wow, like caught off guard. Who and what is God from my perspective? I know the feeling, I know what I'm taught, but speaking it out of the human language, whatever that language may be, it's really like a mind twirl. Like, I have to sit and really analyze. This is the most complex question for man to understand. You can't really teach it. You have to experience it.
Exactly.
When you teach it, there's room for disagreement, because you can go by a script. But when you're experiencing it, you just have to let it be whatever it is.
I cannot take that answer, because that's what it is. It's an experience. Honestly, the first time, let me not say the first time, the closest I've ever felt to God was
we getting deep, y'all. Let's go.
During a yoga class. I was in a yoga class, and it was music playing, and I just felt we were probably maybe 20% into the class, and this overwhelming sense of gratitude and just
Mm.
it was just a I was about to cry in class, but I didn't want to cry in class. They would be like, "Girl, what you crying for?" So I didn't want to cry, but I wanted, like, it was, if I was at home, I probably would have, because it was just an overwhelming sense of peace and resonance
Mm.
and
Mm.
remembering,
I'm about to
and
cry.
it was beautiful. But like you said, it's God is an experience, and when we try to, it's a powerful question to think about, but then when you try to conceptualize it, your mind and the ego tries to place so many labels and constraints on it, when it's just God is peace, God is love, God is.
Okay, so this is a quote that I heard from a shaman. You know what a shaman is?
Mm-hmm.
This is a quote I heard from a shaman. I want to see what your thoughts is on this comment. Someone
Uh-huh.
asked him and said, they said, so who do you serve? You know, like what God do you believe in? Because there's a lot of them, right? Because he wanted to understand the mind of a shaman. And he said, well, for beginners, he would just want to put it in simplest term. He said, this is what he said. These aren't my words. This is what he said. I want to get your thoughts. He said,
Mm-hmm.
God isn't this one being overseeing everyone. God is within all of us, waiting for us to tell us what it is.
Ooh.
Mm. What do you think about that quote?
Mm.
I know. When I heard, I said, "Wait a minute." Put my
God,
cup, put some liquor in it.
God is in all of us, waiting for us.
He said, "God isn't a one being overseeing everyone. God is within us, waiting for us to tell it what it is. We are the co-creators of whatever that is."
For a from the perspective of God, because we are in God's image. So from that perspective, I can see that, like, when you, like us talking right now, like,
Mhm.
I'm a female, you're a male, we experience different things or whatever, but at the core, we're the same. At the core,
Mm.
we came from the same place. Like, we both have a soul, and we
Mm.
both came on this planet to explore and to learn. So from that aspect, I understand that we are all God expressed. I guess it's the same thing. If it's we're all God,
In simplest terms, that's what I feel like he was trying to say.
it's like a tongue twister for the mind. Like, my
It's
mind is
hard to
just
explain in human language, but existing outside of time, I'm pretty sure we'll get it. That's why it's
yes,
one of those rabbit
exactly.
hole questions. It's one of those rabbit hole questions. Like, there's a truth somewhere, but in this realm, it may
Mhm.
take a lifetime to understand it, depending on how
Yeah.
high your consciousness is raised. How much
Yes.
awareness do you really have to grasp that concept?
Hmm.
So, what are you still in a mind twirl about it, or do you have an answer of what your view is from that statement?
Um.
Because when I thought about it, I'm like, you know what? I've never heard that, but it really answers the question to the question I've always had my entire life is,
Mhm.
how is every single religion true all at once? You know,
Mhm.
from one religion, someone can say, hey, their God revealed themselves to them, so therefore they are correct. And on the other end, everyone else is saying the same thing. Yo, I experienced this, so this
Mhm.
must be true. I don't believe you, and I don't believe you. But that statement kind of made it a little more like, not saying I believe it or disbelieve it, but it just made it more, maybe then. Because
Mhm.
if God is within all of us, waiting for us to tell it what it is, you are a creator. So yes, it can be true. Just like your dream. We all go to sleep at night and have an experience. I don't know
Uh-huh.
what happened in your dream. I can only go off of what you tell me. What you
Uh-huh.
experienced was real for you. It was a part of
Yes.
your creation inside of what? Your mind. So did I. You can only go off of what I tell you. And what happened in there real. If something traumatic happened there, it may affect me in a different realm, which is this one, you know. So I think it's more of, you know, us figuring out, get away from the scripts for a little bit and start with meditation and yoga, like you say, and go within. And that's how we all connect to each other a lot quicker without judgment and just being the observer, right?
Yeah, and going to that place and allowing your story to unfold, because in that sense I get it. You know, God, we are telling God what it is because we are expressions of God. So as your story unfolds, it's like, okay, this is the story that God was creating when I was created, or this is, so from that sense, yes. But it's still a little twister, but yeah.
A big twister. It ruffles a lot of feathers because, you know, when you believe something so strongly, and if anything is said that goes against your belief, like you said, it may shatter what you've known. It's like being in love with someone and someone telling you, hey, this person's doing dirt behind you. And you're like, I don't believe that. I'm so in love, everything is real. And you actually find out, you know, that it's not really what it was because you were so blinded in your belief. It will shatter you. But I don't look at things as good or bad. Everything just is, as long as you are evolving. So that's how I view it that way.
Yes, I second that.
I feel like you got so like, wow, this is really deep.
Because honestly,
it is a big mind twister.
When things like that are presented to me, I'm such an analytical person, and I know that can go against me in the spiritual journey, because if you get too logical, you take away from the experience. But I'm a naturally analytical person, so when something like that is presented to me, my mind is like a computer. It automatically just starts like calculating, like, well, what about this or what about that? So that's why I'm quiet, because my mind is just like.
That's completely understandable. Since we're on this subject, would you say that in your life that you are a person who will just be okay with just letting everything flow, or do you want to figure things out to know what is truth coming out of the mouth? Does that make sense, or I need to explain it differently? Because I feel like,
No, I get what you're saying, because it's
because I feel like I got confused with what I was saying, but I know what I'm trying to say.
I get what you're saying. So for me personally, the me that I'm shifting out of was so kind of I'm a Taurus, I'm an earth sign, I'm very grounded.
I don't want to tell you what my sign is, because every time I do, people get freaked out. Just enjoy the energy.
And anybody who doesn't know your sign should know your sign after what you just said. Like,
oh my gosh.
That should have been a key indicator. Like, that should have been a key indicator right there. Because
you hated them. I don't know why.
Yeah. But the person that I was coming out of, and I don't want to get into astrology, so let me back.
Right.
So the person that
I'm at a disadvantage there.
Was super. I have to know every single detail before I step one foot. I need to know every single detail, and that's kind of how I was. But I realized that life is not about that. It's not about it's about balance with your mind, body, soul. If your mind or your ego is overtaking your experience, you're putting yourself in a box, because the mind can only go so far. So now I'm in
the mind can only go so far.
And when you conceptualize, you just create more boxes, you create more walls because of certain beliefs. So, but it has its place, though. The mind definitely has its place in making in philosophies and all that stuff. It definitely has its place. But now I'm moving into a space where I'm getting closer to God. I'm getting closer to trusting and tapping into that spiritual element. So it's more of a balance between mind, body, or at least more spiritual than it is intellectual, so that my experiences are it just is what it's supposed to be. Like, I can plan for stuff, but at the end of the day, I don't have the final say. Like, I have effort, I have energy, I have a body, I have a mind, I have all these tools to co-create, but I'm not the head creator in charge. And so I'm moving more into that surrender space. And it's
surrender space. How important is it to surrender if you want to get what you want out of life?
It depends what you want out of life.
Anything.
If you for me, I want peace. Like, I'm moving out of the place where I where I have a checklist of things that I need to accomplish before I die, but I'm moving more into a energetic space, a peaceful space. How am I being of service? Like I'm moving more into a how can God use me space. So for me, it's more important to be in that surrender space than it is a mental space. But if you are that's why I said it kind of depends on what you want. If it's more of a analytical, if it's more of a logical thing, like
Yeah.
oh I want to get my PhD, then that's a little bit more okay.
Hey, you can surrender if you want to. You might not get
You
that
can
grade
surrender,
and
but
stuff.
you gonna fail that test. You gonna fail your masters. Like you,
Hey,
so
I
it's
got an
it's
exam. I surrender to taking it. Okay. Do you, buddy? Do you?
or you gonna show up to the test and just be like, I'm gonna give it to God. God's gonna be
Everything
like,
is
no,
C.
I'm gonna give it back to you. Like
Mm.
so, yeah, it
So
depends.
that you don't have to answer this question, but it'd be a great question to leave off on. You said, give it all to God. That's what everyone says. After we've just explained what we said, we didn't give it like an answer on it, on if we believe it or not. It's just something to think about. We said, give it all to God. Give it all to what? Are you involved or no?
Ooh.
I'm on a ball today. I'm on a ball today. Oh, because that's a very popular saying. Just give it up to God. Give it up
Oh
to
my
God.
God.
Are you involved in that? After we explain who and what is God from your perspective, and if God is waiting for you to tell it what it is, are you, and we talk about surrendering, giving it up to something, and that works as well. When you give it up, are you involved?
I think it's a
If
team
God is
effort.
in you, are
Right.
you involved?
If God is in me, it's a team effort.
That's
So
a good
I can
question.
live my life a certain type of way and not tap into that connection with God. So
Hold on, say that one more time.
so if God is in me, but I'm living my life a certain type of way, not tapping into that, not tapping him back to home.
That's what I'm talking about. Let's go, Lo. Now
So
we getting it. Now
that's
we
my
getting it. Come on now. Now that hit me. That makes a lot of sense. That makes a
so
lot.
that
How does it
that's
you? But you're not living in a certain way to tap into that, which is you. Dang.
mhm.
Dang.
So
Okay, go
that's
ahead.
my that's the effort. That I would say is the effort. The effort is prayer. The effort is um being
That was just a
mindful.
woodpecker going crazy. I don't know what's going on today. All the sky animals going crazy. They knew we was having a conversation. Proceed.
They want to chime in.
Shout out to the
They're
Lord.
trying to
I hear
communicate.
you,
We just
cuz.
don't know how.
Hey, we understand it. We ain't got to understand it, but we understand it.
Yeah, energetically we understand it.
Exactly. But
Yes.
proceed. Because I went stupid when you made that
Okay.
great point. God
Okay.
is in me, but if I'm not living my life in a direction that's tapping into that, which is you, then what?
It's for me. My effort is prayer. My effort is surrendering. So if I go into prayer with a
Because
question, or if I say, God, show me this, or
that's
and
you.
huh,
Because that's you. You got to surrender to you.
surrender to
Mm,
your to that higher being, that higher self in you that's
yeah.
trying to show his head and trying to evolve. So if I ask a question and I get an answer, God gives the answer. That higher being gives the answer, but my effort is surrendering to that, or being obedient to that, or not being like, nah, I don't like that answer. Give me another answer. Like,
What I meant by surrender to you, I didn't mean the flesh. I meant surrender to you after we said that God is within you.
mm-hmm,
But if you're going in a direction that doesn't tap into you, that's not surrendering to you. That's surrendering to something else. That may be right. That may be wrong. I would just point it
mm-hmm,
out there what I was talking about when I said you surrendering to you, which is God, whatever you deem God to be, wherever it
mm-hmm.
is. If you're involved or not, boom.
So surrendering to that. So what you're asking, like, what does it look like to surrender to? You're asking what it look like to surrender to God.
Mm-hmm. Is it surrendering to you? Or is it surrendering to something outside of you? Is it surrendering to what's inside of you? What is it
It's
surrendering to?
it's surrendering to, because I believe true peace is internal.
Mm-hmm.
I don't believe it's external and materialistic things and
Correct.
stuff like that. So it's internal. So I can't necessarily say God is a separate entity because it's within us, but not all of it. We're a part. It's like we're a part of a bigger
Co-creating.
picture. Yeah, we're procreating. We're a part of a bigger picture. But does that make sense?
Yes, I am you, you is me, we is we. We.
Yeah.
Well, I want to be respectful of your time. I love these conversations. We could talk about this for probably 9, 50, 11 hours, but I know you got somewhere to be. I appreciate you coming back to me. You got some time for some questions before we get up out of here? Like 10 quick questions?
Sure.
Are you sure?
I'm sure.
Okay, but these are 10 questions that me and my daughter, I have a 4-year-old daughter. We love each other. And I talk a lot, but she loves to talk more than I do. I've never knew that was possible. And she loves the question game that we play. These questions are, I just took 10 questions of something she asked me. And they may not make sense, but you have to pick one because she's a 4-year-old girl. So it's like, it may make sense, it may not. So, which one do you like better? Fruits or balconies? Birds answering already.
Fruits or balcony? I
She
mean,
loves balconies, but fruits are amazing too.
if it's a nice balcony, you get a nice view, which is euphoric, but fruits are kind of like so healthy for the body. So can you really enjoy the balcony if you don't get
We getting deep today. Goodness.
So I'm gonna go for fruits. I'm gonna go for fruits.
I said that too, and she would say, "Why you don't like balconies?" I said, "Oh my bad, I forgot. You love balconies." She
She's
loves
always
balconies.
right. Like
Exactly.
you guys, yeah.
Okay, this one really threw me off. Disclaimer: me and her mother is not together, and she knows this. She knows my favorite food. My favorite food is. So she said, "Which one do you like better, broccoli or a new girlfriend?" So for you, I will say broccoli or a husband.
Broccoli or a husband. Broccoli. I don't know. That's on one scale. Marriage is so complex. But
talk to me. It's a spiritual day.
But then broccoli is it's good, but it's definitely
my favorite food.
It's a replaceable. It's a replaceable vegetable. So I'm gonna have to go with husband.
Okay. I said broccoli off rip, no questions asked, and she was like, "Why you don't want a new girlfriend?" I said, "What? How you even know what that is?" I say, "Yeah, I know you're gonna be on one accord when I introduce you one day, so I ain't gotta worry about that." Proceed. The next one. This gets a little more regular. I'm like, okay, I can work with this. Which one do you like better, reading or getting your work done? Oh shoot, the bird's going crazy.
I would say reading or getting your work done.
This was a regular hard one.
In all honesty, I like the idea of getting stuff done, and once I get it done, it's cool. But the actual in between of doing work. So.
That's a spiritual answer you giving.
if reading books also means Audible, the app, then yes, I'm gonna go with books.
You know why that was such a spiritual answer? Because you understand it's not about the destination, it's the journey, the process. Sure. So reading can help you get your work done, but if you only focus on getting your work done, what about the whole journey? You'd have missed all the beautiful colors.
Yep.
All them words and periods and exclamation points. Come on, hey, it's a rabbit hole today. Now this one was definitely daughterish for sure. Which one do you like better, falling unicorns or falling dressers? I don't know how to even answer that. It was a toss up for me.
Well, it's truly only one real answer. I don't know if this is a girl power answer, but it's only one true answer here, and that is unicorns.
And I failed the test. I said falling dressers. And then she was like, "Why you like falling unicorns?"
It's falling dressers.
What? I don't know.
Yes.
what ran in my head is that the unicorn was gonna get hurt if it fell.
But it's a unicorn. Unicorns are magical.
I didn't know that. I didn't know that. I never really studied unicorns like that until I thought about it. I said, wait, you right. Falling unicorns. Silly me. I never studied the unicornology.
They're euphoric.
Man, I felt that one. This one is a cute one. This is definitely normal. So which one do you like better? Real puppies or stuffed animal puppies?
Yeah. Well, the analytical in me is like real puppies take real walking at 5 o'clock in the morning.
Exacto.
But you get that genuine love. Puppies they give genuine love.
Pros and cons.
Stuffed animal, when you first get it, it's like, oh, that's so cute. And it's a memory, but are you going to get the same? Are you going to get the same love? Are you going to get the same?
Can it love you back?
Right.
You are very analytical. Great processing here.
Okay, I'm gonna go with puppies.
Real puppies.
Real puppies.
Okay. Okay then. All right. This one is very easy. Not that it's easy to answer, but it's easy of black and white. It's either one or the other. Which do you like better? Sleeping in the light or sleeping in the dark? You got night lights?
Sleeping in the dark.
Keep that bathroom light on.
I'm gonna say sleeping in the dark. I guess adult me is like, a younger me is probably like, no, I need a light and the TV on, but I don't even have a TV in my room. So
a lot of people don't know. I ain't had a TV in my room in like how many years? I don't know. Yeah. After college, it was all she wrote.
Because when it's time to go to sleep, it's time to go to sleep.
It's time to lay it down. I got hymns right here. You know what I mean? If I need
to, we don't need a TV because we got our phones.
Exactly. We just walk around with a TV every day.
Yeah.
Anyway, this one definitely easy for an adult. For a little girl, no, but as an adult, easy question. Which one do you like more? New socks or new houses?
Question.
Analytical coming out. What's up?
It's the Taurus in me. Question. New house. The quality of this house, the mortgage of this house. You got to consider all things. You might be getting yourself in a hole when you can get socks.
She a real thinker. You need people like this, y'all, before you make false decisions.
That nasty mortgage will change your life. That pair of socks is just like, oh, it's so comfortable. These new pair of socks on Christmas.
I didn't even think of it like that. Dang.
So,
we picked one?
I gotta pick one.
She did all that to not answer it.
Okay, I'm gonna take the risk and take the house.
She said the risk, I'm dead. Okay. This is the last one. So for me, it was haircuts. But for you, we're gonna say, which one do you like better? Getting your hair done or hearts? Very tough question. Very tough question. Because we still human. And we still human. If that makes sense.
Tough question because,
analyze it. Let's go.
The love is like the highest accomplishment on this planet.
We talked about vibrations this whole convo, but you're still human.
You're still human.
You can't be raggedy, but you still need love. You know what I'm saying? Where's the balance? One or the other.
I have a lot of hair that I don't feel like doing. So
you do.
So can I just call a tie on this?
There are no ties with 4-year-old girls. That's what I made the mistake with. Because what she do is, I said, I like both. And she said, okay, well, do you like hearts or haircuts? I said, oh, shoot, I'm going to have to answer this one way or another. You'll get the same question flipped around for a whole hour. She's not going to get tired until it's nap time.
Oh, my God.
When she wake up from the nap, you're getting the question again. She has to know.
Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough.
Getting your hair done or hearts? Miss Low Legacy, the grand finale.
I'll go with hearts. It seemed like the right thing to do.
She said it like, oh, okay. whatever. It's just a heart. My dumb self said haircuts. I didn't have a haircut at the time. And I was so bamboozled because I thought we was at the end of the conversation, but obviously had 1,000 more questions. And she was like, huh, why you don't like hearts? I said, oh, shoot, my bad. You're right. She loves hearts. It don't matter if you're looking at a heart, the color of a heart, a text message heart, love heart, crying, being happy, giving a hug and kiss, like everything with a heart. She like her hair, but the hearts is like, man, she would melt for a heart. It's great.
That is so freaking sweet. That means you got a sweetheart on your hands.
She really, when she was first born, I just felt the cord here. Mm-hmm. You know, it's no breaking at all. Very hard for the little girl. All right, Miss Low Legacy. Oh my goodness. Whew. All right, Miss Low Legacy. I appreciate you once again for giving me your time. 2.0 for the second time. This was even more detailed, honestly. So it worked out for the better. Had a lot of gems in here. Where can we find you on all social medias in case anyone wants to find you? We didn't touch on this, but I know you need to go. You do live Instagram videos. When?
In all honesty and transparency, things are going on in my life right now, so they've been slowed down.
Okay.
But our regularly scheduled program is roughly 1 to 2 times a week.
1 to 2 times a week on which Instagram page?
At Low Legacyyy with 3 Y's. So
Low Legacyyy with
2 extra. Low Legacyyy 2 extra Y's. That sounds a little bit more.
Low Legacyyy with 3 Y's, but it's 2 extra Y's. Y'all can follow her if you into meditation, yoga, and just looking for a community of spirituality. This is the girl, the woman. Oh no, I said girl. I was talking about daughter. This is the woman you want to go to. Life is about finding a community that helps you grow into your own and be more comfortable with existing in this plane. So I catch y'all another time with God. You know, whoever you may deem it is, you, it, source, the love vibration. Bye-bye.